These are two of the most exciting weeks for European club rugby, if not club rugby, round the world, as it's the last two pool stage matches for the European competitions. Some of the best teams in the world going head to head to try and make knockouts. I don't quite think any team is fully out of it yet. There's a couple that if they don't perform well and they lose this weekend, it's going to be very, very difficult for them to do something next weekend to qualify. And there's some teams who you think if they manage to pull off a good win this week might just secure. But there is 12 games going on in the Champions. I will do the challenge in a separate video. I will put that up, that'll be up in a couple hours, but we will get this one underway right now, starting off with Northampton Saints versus Bayonne. Northampton are sitting first in Pool 3, winning their first two games. Bayonne are sitting fourth in Pool 3 with one draw and one loss. So I think Northampton has surprised quite a lot of people coming in. You look at the pool, they have got some tough teams, the likes of Glasgow, Munster and Toulon in there. But they've shocked everyone. They beat Glasgow and Toulon in the first couple of rounds. They're now at home to Bayonne, who drew with Munster and lost to Glasgow. It is in Northampton. I can only see this going one way, which is a victory for the hosts, Northampton. Next up, Lyon, who are sitting second in Pool 1 with one loss and one win, are at home to Connacht, who are bottom of Pool 1 with two losses. Connacht have shocked me a little bit with their poor performances. They lost to Bordeaux and they lost to... Who else did Connacht lose to? Was it Bristol? I think it was Bristol. But yeah, it's not... No, it was Saracens Connacht lost to, sorry. Yeah, I mean, those two teams are tough. They're also not doing amazing in the URC. They're sitting in 9th at the minute. Lyon second. They pulled off a good win against the Bulls. I think they will repeat that. I think Lyon at home against Connacht will win. Moving on, a huge encounter. These two teams, it's always exciting when these two teams meet. That's Exeter, who are second in Pool 3 with two wins, at home at Sandy Park hosting the Glasgow Warriors, who are sitting in third in Pool 3 with one loss and one win. This game's going to be a corker, I'm telling you now. Glasgow and Exeter, they have a lot of moving. There's some big names that have moved between the likes of Johnny May, Johnny Gray and Stuart Hogg. Yeah, this is always a great encounter. Is it Sandy Park though? Exeter at home have been good in Europe. Glasgow away can be shaky. I have given the win to Exeter. Next up, Bristol, who are sitting in 5th in Pool 1 with one win and one loss, are at home to the Bulls, who are sitting in 3rd in Pool 1 with one win and one loss. This is a big game as well. Bulls are incredible in South Africa. Outside of South Africa, they can be shaky. So, yeah, and the English teams, especially in England, have been really, really good so far in the European competitions. I have given this win to Bristol, although it wouldn't surprise me if the Bulls can pull something off. Excuse me. Next up, we head back to France as last year's Challenge Cup winners, Toulon, who are sitting bottom of Pool 3 with two losses, are at home to last year's URC winners, Munster, who are sitting 5th, or second bottom, of Pool 3 with one draw and one loss. This is basically a fight for survival between these two teams. You think the team that loses this are going to be in serious, serious trouble going into the last week. I have given the win to Toulon, Munster are not performing well. They are sitting 10th in the URC currently. Now I know they have 17 first team injuries. 17. So, it's not the fact that they're just playing crap. They do have a solid excuse. Unfortunately, rugby doesn't go like that. They don't just give you 3 wins because you've got many players injured. You do still have to play, even if you have to play some weird teams and some players who you probably wouldn't play usually for whatever reason. So I have given Toulon the win. Next up, probably the favourites now, if not second favourites to win it. Leinster, the Irish Giants, at home, sitting top of Pool 4 with 2 wins. One of those wins finally beating La Rochelle on the third time of asking. Revenge for the last 2 finals. Not really, because finals versus pool stage game, but still, it is revenge. They did manage to get their win. They're at home to bottom of Pool 4 Stade Francais, who have got 2 losses. I can only see this really going one way, unfortunately. I think Leinster will walk this game quite comfortably, if I'm going to be brutally honest. Next up, another corker of a game. Stormers, 2-time URC finalists, winning it once, who are sitting in 4th in Pool 4 with 1 loss and 1 win, are at home in South Africa against Sale Sharks, who are sitting in 3rd in Pool 4. So again, this game's a big game for survival in Pool 4. 3rd and 4th, the top 4 go through, so you think the team who wins this will probably be sitting comfortable. It is in South Africa. Sale had an amazing start to the season and have slowly started to dip off a little bit. In South Africa, Stormers had a poor start to the season and have slowly been rising. I have to give it to the South African Stormers. They've just, they're both kind of doing that. Stormers started down here, Sale started up here, and they're both kind of, one's on the up, one's on the down. And I think Stormers will take this game. Next up, Cardiff, who qualified for the Champions Cup in a bit of a dodgy rule that has been removed now, requiring at least 1 Welsh team in it. That's no longer. Unfortunately, they are not performing at the level they would need to be at to do well. They're not doing amazing in the URC. They are bottom of Pool 2 with 2 losses. They're at home against Harlequins, so this could be an opportunity. I can see a scenario here where Cardiff do manage to pull something off. Harlequins are sitting 4th in Pool 2 with 1 win and 1 loss, but I have to give it to Harlequins, to be honest with you. I'd love Cardiff to pull something off, but I can't see it, unfortunately. Next up, another absolute corker of a game as Ulster host Toulouse. Ulster, the team who just beat Leinster in the Rome, in RDS, it was, wasn't it? Facing probably the other favourites for the Champions Cup at the minute, Toulouse. Ulster sitting 3rd in Pool 2. Toulouse are sitting top of Pool 2. Ulster with 1 loss, 1 win. Toulouse with 2 wins. This is got the potential to be a brilliant game. I've given the win to Toulouse because I think they are European royalty. They are the Real Madrid of rugby, if that's what you want to compare it to. Yeah, Toulouse, it should really be them. But as I said, Ulster do have the potential to pull something off. We'll have to wait and see. Next up, Bath, who are sitting 2nd in Pool 2 with 2 wins, are at home to Racing 92. So it's a fight for Finn Russell. two of his clubs are fighting here. Racing are sitting 5th in Pool 2 with 2 losses. So you think if Bath win this game, it could line them up to have an absolute corker of a final game in France against Toulouse to top Pool 2. If Racing lose this game, so if Bath win again, this will also set up another match in France where it will be fight between Racing and Cardiff for who will drop down to the challenge and who will be eliminated completely. If Racing win this game, now Racing have surprised a lot of people in, they're sitting top of the top 14, but unfortunately they haven't been able to push that success into Europe. But they do have the potential to surprise Bath. Unfortunately, Bath at home, I have to give it to them. They have been outstanding this season. They're sitting top of the Premiership. Yeah. Next up, La Rochelle, who have majorly disappointed this season so far. Winners of the last 2 Champions Cups, and they've not won either of the first 2 games, losing narrowly to both Leinster and Stormers. They're at home to Leicester, who are second in Pool 4 with 2 wins. It's in France. Again, if Leicester win this game, this pulls them up for a massive, massive final game with Leinster. Battle of the very similar sounding named teams again for top of Pool 4. La Rochelle, if they don't manage to win, will be facing with... I'm just confusing myself here. They won't be facing Stade Francais because they're both French. La Rochelle will have a final game with, I believe, Sale Sharks. So yeah, I have given it to La Rochelle because I still refuse to believe that they will get grouped. Although if Leicester do pull this off, it's looking incredibly likely that they will maybe have to drop down to the challenge. And last but definitely not least, another brilliant encounter as Bordeaux, who are sitting top of Pool 1 with 2 wins and 2 impressive wins, are hosting current English champions Saracens, who are sitting 4th in Pool 1 with 1 loss and 1 win. Bordeaux are looking incredible in Europe. Saracens, not too bad. They lost away to Bulls, which, to be honest with you, most teams do lose in South Africa to Bulls, so you can't really hold that against them. And in the other game, I believe they beat... who would they have beaten? Connacht. That's who they beat. Connacht. Is my memories. I've written this down weirdly, I can't figure out pools yet, but Connacht, which again, as I said, Connacht's not been impressive this season. I have given this to Bordeaux. I think, yeah, Bordeaux have just looked incredible in Europe. So there's my predictions. Let me know yours. So Northampton to beat Bayonne, Lyon to beat Connacht, Exeter to beat Glasgow, Bristol to beat Bulls, Toulon to beat Munster, Leinster to beat Stade Francais, Stormers to beat Sale, Quins to beat Cardiff, Toulouse to beat Ulster, Bath to beat Racing, La Rochelle to beat Leicester, and Bordeaux to beat Saracens. That's my predictions. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy, make sure to subscribe and check out the Challenge Cup predictions. That'll be up a couple hours after this. Chances are it will already be up when you're watching this. Go and check it out. And until next time, I shall see you absolute legends later.